Before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to make sure you didn't miss out on the Super 7 live streaming video challenge. We just kicked off today, Monday, October 7th, and there is still time to save your seat for free. Just head to yongpratt.com/239. Now on with the episode. Do you remember that song, Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles? In all honesty, I had to Google the name of the band that sang the song. I remembered the name of the song and its melody, though even seeing the band's name didn't actually ring any bells for me. At any rate, Video didn't kill the radio star, or in your case, the podcast star. In fact, video is an incredible tool for podcasters, especially when done correctly and strategically. Welcome to this bonus episode of the In a Weekend podcast. I'm your host, Yong Pratt, and you're in the right place if podcasting is on your wish list and you're looking to launch quickly and easily. Let's talk about podcasting. Does the thought of creating audio content for your podcast excite you? Imagine this. You're sitting in your office, talking into your microphone, sharing what you know with your listeners, helping them on their journey. No eyeballs, no comments to manage, no one watching. You hit record and listen back to what you've created. You decide that you don't really like how it sounds, so you start again. And again. And again until you notice that a few hours have passed and you're no further to reaching the end of your episode than when you began. This is exactly how I used to create podcast episodes, and each episode took forever. Between writing out a complete script for each episode that I would read verbatim because I was terrified of making mistakes, then spending hours editing each episode, it's no wonder that after just 39 episodes, I quit. The last episode of the Raising Smart Kids podcast was released into the world on May 16th, 2014. Now, if you want to hear the backstory of why I started the podcast to begin with, go listen to episode number 238 and you can hear the full story. I'll be sure to link it up in today's show notes at yongpratt.com/239. When I released that episode into the world, I literally threw up my hands and admitted defeat to a medium that I thought would be, quote, unquote, it for me. When I started my podcasting journey, audio quickly became my favorite way to create. It allowed me to connect with my listeners in ways that blogging had never been able to do. And here I was, walking away. I was literally becoming a statistic. There's a statistic floating out there that says that the large majority of podcasters never make it to their 100th episode. I was so embarrassed and so ashamed of the fact that I was failing at something I had put so much time and effort into, learning it, and really to loving. Want to know the main reason why I gave up podcasting? As my podcast progressed, more and more of my content revolved around hands-on arts activities parents could do with their kiddos to engage different types of learning. My girls, along with the kids enrolled in our arts preschool, loved to help me bring these ideas to life that I was sharing on my podcast. We would document each step of the process with pictures, which were then shared on our blog. I came to dread the time it was taking to put together those blog posts with all those pictures, plus the step-by-step directions. It started taking so long, and the process became something I really wanted to avoid, mostly because I would wait until the last possible moment, causing so much stress and anxiety. At that time, I knew in my heart that I needed to start creating video content to accompany the audio to make sharing on our blog easier. But of course, there was a problem. At the time, I was completely terrified of video. And I'm not even talking about live videos. Facebook Live wouldn't be available to the masses until 2016. It was fear, that four-letter word that keeps so many of us from stepping into our greater selves, and that is what I let keep me from moving forward with my podcast. Fast forward nearly 2 years since I released my last episode to April 19th, 2017, and I recorded my first live podcast onto Facebook. It was exhilarating. It was so terrifying. Yet, oddly, it was super empowering. As a podcaster, live video offered a quick way to record episodes and connect with my listeners in real time. While I still spent time writing out complete scripts for each episode and had to manually turn my videos into audios for the podcast, the process of going live was far more efficient. And I want this for you too, my friends. In fact, we kicked off the Super 7 live streaming video challenge this morning, and it's not too late to join the fun. As someone that was completely freaked out by video and stopped podcasting because of it, I completely understand how scary, how intimidating, and how overwhelming video can be, especially in the beginning. This 7-day free challenge is all about prepping you to help you take the steps you need to launch your podcast. I'm giving you the tools and support you need to start your live video journey to build your confidence, to build consistency, and to demonstrate that creating a podcast and launching it can be far easier and faster than you may have previously thought possible. I would absolutely love to see you in the challenge, and if you have friends that could use some help and get support with their live videos, I'd be honored to have you share the challenge with them too. You can save your seat or share this link, youngpratt.com/239. All right, my friends, that wraps up this bonus episode. On Thursday, I have another episode coming your way, all about starting your podcast with what you already have. Until then, cheers, my friends.